On the edge of the world, where the land ends and the endless sea begins, there stands a lonely beacon, a lighthouse. For centuries, it has watched over the waves, a silent guardian of secrets. But the sea is not the only thing it watches over. It also watches over the souls of those who, consumed by loneliness, sought refuge within its walls. The wind howled outside the thick glass of the lantern room, a violent symphony of nature. It was an excellent night for silence, for being alone. Emir, a tall, gaunt man, felt a strange peace in the lighthouse's isolation. He had come here to escape, to leave everything behind. He had taken this remote job to find solitude, to finally silence the noise in his head. But tonight, a different noise began. A rhythmic tapping.
It's just the wind, the rain, the old metal expanding and contracting.
He tried to ignore it, focusing on the dark, churning sea. The tapping, however, did not stop. It was a soft, steady sound coming from the spiral stairs below. Tap, tap, tap. It was too regular to be a natural sound. He walked to the old intercom system, his hand trembling slightly.
Who is it? I know someone is there. The door is locked.
No one answered. The tapping continued, unwavering. He told himself it was just a nervous habit, an echo of a sound he once knew, from a time he desperately wanted to forget. He was completely alone. He had to be. The tapping began to move up the spiral staircase, its rhythm unwavering. It was getting closer. Emir's breath hitched in his throat. He ran to the security monitors, but the cameras showed nothing. The stairs were empty. The outside was just a blur of rain and fog. He frantically checked the live feed of the lantern room, but all was still, except for the rotating light. The sound, however, was now so loud in his head, it was deafening.
Emir, why did you come here?
Emir ripped off his headphones. The whispering stopped, but the tapping didn't. He looked at the soundboard and saw the audio levels for the mic were spiking, even though he wasn't speaking. The sound was not coming from the outside. It was coming from within the machine.
This isn't real. This can't be real. I'm alone. I'm safe.
The tapping stopped directly at his door. A moment of silence passed, a silence more terrifying than the noise. Then a new sound came, a wet, dragging sound on the floor.
Closer now. You're not alone, Emir. You never were. What did you leave behind?
Emir stumbled back, searching for something, anything, to use as a weapon. His eyes landed on an old, rusty fire axe. He grabbed it, his knuckles turning white. He felt a sharp jolt of déjà vu, remembering another time he had felt this same dread, in a dark, confined space. The memory was a blur, a locked box in his mind he never dared to open.
The tapping, the fear. You remember, don't you? It was you. You were the one tapping on the inside, desperate to get out.
The voice was no longer a stranger. It was a distorted version of his own, a part of him he had suppressed. He was not being haunted by an external entity. He was being haunted by himself. The lighthouse was not a prison. It was a mirror. It was reflecting the guilt he had tried to bury in its walls. He dropped the axe.
No, it wasn't me. It was a mistake. I'm not a monster.
The voice from the intercom laughed, a cold, echoing sound that filled the room.
You were never the watcher, Emir. You were the bait. You lured them here, the lonely ones, the lost souls. You trapped them in the darkness below. And now, the lighthouse is just a prison for you and your secrets.
The floor began to rumble. The tapping returned 1,000 times louder, and from all directions. It was not a single sound. It was the sound of hands and feet hitting metal, a desperate cry for freedom. Emir looked around, his eyes wide with horror. He saw faint, ghostly figures swirling in the light of the beacon. The figures were people he had known, people who had come to the lighthouse seeking refuge, people he had disposed of. The lighthouse was not haunted. It was his creation. He wasn't the lonely watcher, he was the jailer. And now the prisoners were tapping on his cell. The lighthouse didn't haunt him. He haunted the lighthouse. He brought his secrets to its shores, and now he is trapped there forever. But the true secret,
The real secret is that the lighthouse doesn't exist at all. Neither the sea nor the storm.
no, this is my broadcast, my story. This is fiction. Everything is under my control.
Control? Oh no, Emir. Your story ended long ago. This isn't a podcast. It's a loop. Since the moment the tapping began, you've only been listening to the echo of your own end.
I created that sound to escape the noise in my head. I was alone.
Is that what you think? Those sounds didn't come from the outside, Emir. They were the voices of those you left behind, and now they are listening. Just as you knocked on their doors that day, they know you are in a cell inside your own mind.
No! I can hear them! I want it to stop now! Who are you?
You can't stop that sound because it belongs to you, and I am you, Emir. Just the part of you that is free from your fears, and now this microphone is mine. And every night, I tell the stories of the vanished to the lonely listeners, just like you. The story of those who sought solitude, those who were trapped in oblivion. So, lonely listener, did you come here to escape loneliness? Or do you just want to listen to a story?